This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down day by day, and let you know how to navigate. You know, it's really interesting. Just before I sat down today to film this reading, I came across a video randomly on TikTok that had Whitney Houston's How Will I Know? And it like brought these emotions to me. And it's funny because I think it was last week where I was channeling She's Like the Wind. I don't know what's coming over me with these lovey songs, but I don't know if any of you have been feeling that kind of emotion. And maybe there's something in that song, How Will I Know? Now, granted, I do remember a time, of course, when I really fell in love with a cover version of How Will I Know on TikTok. Tyler Rain sang such a beautiful version, and it resonated with me so deeply that I filmed a tarot reading about it. It's actually pinned to my TikTok profile. And I don't know, I just felt this overwhelming surge of something, you know? And yeah, it was very ethereal. So I have that feeling today. For whatever reason, it's made me just really in my feels. So maybe there's something in that song for you. That's why I'm sharing it. I digress. But the energy today is actually quite interesting because we just moved into Pluto in Aquarius. Wow, what a major shift this is going to be. I don't know how you're feeling today. You're not going to necessarily feel this you know, maybe too much because this is a generational thing. It's a generational planet. It's going to be the next 20 years of our life that's going to change absolutely rapidly in the sense of technology and how we view things. Can you believe we're ending a 15-year cycle? Where were you in 2008? What were you doing? You know, I know where I was. I got married in 2007 and, you know, obviously, I'm not married anymore, but I've never been happier that that cycle has ended, you know? So anyways, as I'm looking out the window today, the energy or the weather seems much better. It's brighter. It feels lighter, but yet when I say I felt emotional, it wasn't like a heavy emotional. It was just like, I don't know, it's gonna sound cheesy, but like an exhilarating emotional. So anyways, tell me in the comments how you're feeling. I also want to say thank you to those of you that have been really investing in my story of tarot card reading. You know, the chakra reading that I did earlier in the week, the relationship reading at the end of the week. These stories are getting deeper and deeper all the time. I feel like I'm on The Bachelor where I'm like, you know, the most dramatic rose ceremony ever. And now all of a sudden I'm saying things like, this is the most dramatic, deep tarot card reading ever. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but thank you to those of you who have been following along and, you know, commenting and giving me your insight. I also just recently started Confessions of a Tarot Card Reader, you know, short posts about observations that I've made throughout this journey of helping people. And already it's been fascinating to see your opinions. You know, I just did a post on the top 5 zodiac signs that people come to me about. And so many of you gave your guesses and observations. I really appreciate it and love it. Okay, so what should we talk about? Well, here's the thing. We have a full moon in Leo coming up this week, and that will be on Thursday. I'm going to be hosting a full moon Zoom, spicy full moon Zoom, I may add, on Friday night. So if you're interested in joining us, it's on my website. It's $22. We are going to do a general collective reading together. It'll be recorded. You'll get that recording, and you'll also get your own personalized moon reading sent to you by the next new moon. So anyways, Leo energy, passion, right? Forward motion, intensity, heat. I think we could use a little bit of that right now, a little bit of passion in the pants, you know, so to speak. And I always think of Leos in 2 ways in regards to their communication. And you've probably heard me say this a million times, but I want to reiterate, you know, and that is that Leos will either say something like verbal diarrhea, please excuse the analogy, but like verbal diarrhea so that there's a reaction or that sparks a reaction, you know? And if that isn't the way they do things, it's the other, where they think they've said something, danced around it, hoping that maybe somebody else will take on the task of going further. Let me know if that resonates with you in the comments. I love you, Leos, but Leos have a tendency to avoid, you know? So Let's see how that resonates with the full moon coming up, because I have a feeling that some things are going to come to a head where you're going to have to address something. I mean, the energy right now is saying we need to address things. We need to move forward. We need to move through any obstacles, not around them, through them, right? Through the darkness and into the light. So we shall see. I may do another video this week about the full moon specifically. If you'd like me to do one, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so let's see what we can anticipate this week. Let's get some overall messages. Earth Snake. Gratitude leads to abundance. What are you thankful for right now? Really, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for this opportunity that I have to share this knowledge, this gift that I have. You know, we had the wood snake in the other video, and now I'm almost curious to see what that card is all about. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, gratitude leads to abundance, but I don't know. I have the book right next to me by chance from the other day, so maybe we should have a look. I'm kind of curious. Why not? I don't always read from the book, but Yin Earth is the heavenly frequency, brings blessings from Mother Earth. Oh, sorry, Yin Earth in the heavenly frequency brings blessings from Mother Earth. She will provide you with the resources needed to manifest your dreams. Tune into her frequency of peace and gratitude. The more you give back to her land, the more abundance she will give you in return for your generosity. The snake is an interesting yin fire sign with hidden yang qualities of metal, fire, and earth. She appears feminine and nurturing on the surface, and it's only when you get to know her that you'll also discover a determined and bright character who can also be very persistent. This card tells you to search deeper. You may be surprised to find buried treasures hidden underneath the surface. The Earth Snake Pillar brings messages of love and joy. Engage in activities that makes your heart sing to spark with joy within. You have an infinite capacity to love. Be bold with your love and sincere with your heart. Okay? Wow. Well, I'm not surprised that that card came out, really, because I keep saying that we're going deeper, and we are. And you know, this does tell me about a balance of masculine and feminine energies, right? I always talk about that. It's okay to be in your feminine energy and nurture and receive, and at the same time, being persistent. So let's see what else we need to know. Interesting. Oh, I was looking at it upside down, not that it matters. It says you are strong, and 888 is on the card here. Well, we're in a number 8 year with 2024. It says you can face a challenge, tap into your strengths, address your weaknesses, toughen up. Isn't that interesting? Very similar energy, actually, to this. And I mean, what did we just talk about? We talked about the, you know, Leo energy, which is lion and strength. And this had a reference even to some fire, you know, even though I know it says earth snake, but it mentioned some fire. So, you know, I am so excited, really, for what's to come. I mean, onwards and upwards always, right? So let's take a look at the last message. Oh my goodness, this card comes out all the time. I always joke that this is like the cacti giving the finger to the universe whenever we say, have patience, trust the process. You know, trust the process, Kelly. Not that that's how it was said to me, as you know. In the moment, that's how I responded, and that's kind of how I felt, right? Maybe this card really is reminiscent of that old energy I had. But have patience. My goodness. My goodness. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these cards to the side, and we'll see if they come up again later. Now, this card is part of the deck that I'm going to be using, so I'm really curious to see if it will pop up again, but I will shuffle it into the deck, and we shall see. So let's take a look at Monday, what you may experience. Celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Absolutely. Okay. So it's a celebration. Sorry, I get a little carried away sometimes. Let's see, Monday. Let's take a look at Tuesday. Knowledge. I always say knowledge is power, but what you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. Okay. I always say, you know, as a teacher myself, like as a school teacher, I used to say I could know all the curriculum, I can know all the curriculum, but that doesn't make me a good teacher. It's how you communicate that knowledge. So let's see. On Wednesday, do nothing. You know, it's kind of interesting because that's the energy just before the full moon, because Thursday is the full moon. And there's Friday. Oh, sorry. And there's Friday. I'm already thinking about the day after the full moon. Communicate. Oh my goodness. You know, I just have to say, what did I just say about Leos and the way they communicate? There's either the verbal diarrhea of something to get the attention of others to talk, or to dance around the topic. And there you go. Thursday, communicate. Okay. Well, this card. Oh, now here we go. There's Friday. Go for it. Go for it. Is it just me, or when I first saw this picture, it almost looked like she was kind of doing the splits in the air, like taking a leap, and then I'm looking down and I'm realizing that's not what the picture is. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's coming over me today. I don't know. Did you see it? Is that just me? Or anyways, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, well, go for it. Maybe that's the intention. I don't know. Anyways, I digress again. So let's take a look at Saturday. Love. How beautiful. How beautiful. Let me move those up a little. These cards somehow don't lay flat. Okay, on Sunday, changes. Changes. But look at her in like her goddess energy here. All right, let's take a sneak peek at the following week. Synchronicity. The moon's moment. You might get a major synchronicity next week, or synchronicities. Okay, let's get some tarot and go back to Monday. Now, as I'm looking at this imagery, isn't it interesting, you know, how in the moment sometimes you're not noticing, like there's these saxophones here and this music playing. I mean, obviously, yes, celebration. And you see this couple in that full moon background, and you can see like the waves of energy just radiating. Wow. Music has really been on my brain. Is there a saxophone? I know this is going to sound random. Is there like a saxophone part in How Will I Know? Or am I just making that up? Or does it feel like that? Or is there a version that has that? I don't know where that's coming from. But I don't think there is. But anyways, wow, my mind today. Okay. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters and peace. Could even be travel. Knowledge, justice, equal giving and receiving, and balance. You have the knowledge to do better, to achieve equal giving and receiving. On Wednesday, it says do nothing. Okay, sorry, that sigh is about the idea of avoiding, funny how it says avoid moon, avoiding the broken heart or the sadness. You know, it's interesting. I take this as two things. Number one, this could indicate, yeah, don't do anything, just relax. You know, have a little bit of a break, and that's fine. But this also can be a sign that somebody's not doing something to better this situation. Maybe they're doing nothing about the broken heart and sort of wallowing in that broken heart and sadness. And that's where we have a choice, right? Okay, let's talk about this communication here. I mean, it does say talk to the moon. I mean, we're getting so many song references, talking to the moon. I mentioned that in a reading recently. Okay, communicate. The Hermit. Have you searched your soul? Truly. Have you clearly decided what you want? When you have clarity, you have peace. When you give clarity to someone, you have peace. When you don't have clarity, you get chaos in your life or with another person. So this is just a reminder to search your soul and clearly decide what you want. You know, something else that I wanted to mention, an observation that I've made recently, is that your energy has to match your words. If you don't wholeheartedly believe in it, then the words that come out of your mouth really don't matter, because they confuse the universe. And you don't want to confuse the universe. You don't want to confuse yourself. You don't want to confuse anyone else. And it's funny, like, why are we so afraid to be clear? We're so afraid to be clear because if we're clear, then maybe somebody will judge us or not like it. I mean, does it really matter? Really, in the end? It's amazing how we've gotten so scared to feel, you know? All right, let's look at this Go For It card on Friday. Yeah, Ten of Swords. You gotta let the old cycle go. Leave it behind. Go for it. Strive for the new. Okay, love on Saturday. Oh, the Chariot. Onwards and upwards. Go for it. Go for it. Funny, that's the energy of go for it. That's victory. Okay, changes. Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginning. Tangible new beginning. New home, new job, new relationship, whatever that is. Okay, and the synchronicities. Four of Swords, healing. You know, my thoughts on synchronicities are that when you see them, okay, that could be angel numbers, music, I don't know, TV shows, movies that reflect your life. I would just say that those are testing you, asking you, are you in the old, are you in the new? They don't necessarily validate that someone is the be-all, end-all, or that this is an absolute 100% of something. And the reason I know that is because from personal experience, I used to get all the signs and synchronicities that I thought were validating something specific. And what I've learned throughout this process is that it's just asking me if I'm an old energy or new. You know, there's nothing wrong with loving old songs that you used to listen to. But remind yourself that's old energy of a time that you used to live. That's the nostalgia. And it's almost like reconnecting with people from our past. When we reconnect with people from our past, more than likely, it's almost like this energy trying to test you of, are you in that same energy? Or it might even, you know, ask you, are you trying to recreate a time in your life when you felt a certain way before maybe things didn't go so well? And then now your lesson is, are you in that old energy or are you in the new? And are you able to make boundaries? Are you able to stand up for yourself differently than you used to in the past? And I told a story on live the other day. It's a random story about somebody that I really loved when I was very young. And, you know, what I thought I wanted at that time in my life is so different than how I feel right now. And that doesn't mean that I didn't love this person or care about this person. I have a very deep care for this person, but I'm past it. And I think you can't cross that bridge until you get there. You know what I mean? So all I can say is that ask yourself, when these synchronicities come up or these situations come up, are they testing you? Very deep question. Now all of a sudden I'm getting into like deep thoughts, you know? Okay, so let's take a look back with the Oracle cards at Monday. We're talking celebration and peace and moving on to calmer waters. The Lion, well, there's the Leo energy that's like really creeping into our you know, being, so to speak. This is about majestic energy, authority, self-esteem, and pride. You know, that's that self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. This is about overcoming difficulties, leaving the turbulent waters behind. Well, my ear is really buzzing right now. Like I can, it's a very strong message. Being heart-centered. Being heart-centered. Okay, Tuesday, justice, equal giving and receiving. Libra. Did the universe just like say, I said what I said? Because look at this. You can't make this up. You know, Libra, cardinal sign, ruling planet, Venus. Well, what's Venus? Self-worth, self-value, self-respect, the goddess of love, right? Birthing a whole new cycle. Interesting. Desires and harmony. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at Wednesday. You are more powerful than you even realize. And this is what I was saying about the do nothing, or are you addressing this energy? You know, are you addressing that heartbreak? Do something about it if it doesn't feel good, you know? But if this is about you relaxing and doing nothing, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with downtime. I love downtime. But it's basically saying just trust yourself. You don't always have to be doing something. You're more powerful than you even realize. You don't have to try too hard. You don't have to convince anybody. Just believe in yourself. Believe in your power. Okay, on Thursday with the full moon. Well, we said we wanted passion in the pants, right? At the very beginning, we talked about that Leo energy that's passionate, and it's lustful, and it's happy, and it's excited. It's explosive, hot canoodling, as we know. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's take a look at Friday. Are you ready to receive it? Go for it. Are you ready to receive it? It's one thing to ask for it, another thing to allow it. And what was that next card? It was love, right? And the Chariot, all systems go, and victory. You know, networking, social media, connected. There's like a love connection here. Now, be very careful with spying or observing on social media. Be very careful with that, because that can pull you backwards. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, that new beginning, you have to release the old in order to have the new. You know, this is about baggage, burdens, all the old stuff that doesn't feel good, right? Now, this card can also be a good omen to stay calm, have the stamina, the perseverance, believe in your power, like we said. You know, I think we want tangible new things. And let's look again at the sneak peek at the following week, that healing and the synchronicities. Oh, there's the moon. Yeah. You're going to feel that full moon, you know, a few days before, a few days after. And you're going to have to really sort of surrender yourself. And it's interesting because surrendering is one of the easiest answers to give, and yet it's the hardest thing to do. Because I think we all want to surrender. We just don't know what that actually means, you know? So what I'm going to do, I want to take a few cards from this deck here, and then I'm going to take the power of surrender. But I'm just guided to take from here for a moment for some extra messages. Time to go. Wow. I knew it. Time to leave the old behind. And look, there's the celebration. There it is. Co-create. More celebration. Co-create means coming together. Look at the owl. And the owl is on the owl deck that I was using for the tarot. I just want to make a point why I chose this deck, because this is like all seeing, all knowing, right? It's knowledge. It's also communication. So it made me think about Aquarius energy with the Pluto moving into Aquarius energy. It's time for you to step out of the old world into the new. Okay? So let me take the power of surrender cards here for us and see what we need to surrender or surrender to. Surrender to inner peace. Now, here's an interesting observation. Every Leo that I have ever spoken to, okay, Leo placements as well, if you were to ask them what they want peace. Now, that doesn't mean that other people don't want peace or other signs don't want peace, but I have noticed as an observation, here's Confessions of a Tarot Card Reader. I've always seen Leos needing peace because they go through a lot. You know, they tend to have an overactive mind. They will avoid at times. They have difficulty speaking their truth. And you may think that Leos love attention. I disagree with that. I really don't think so. I think Leos are put into the center of attention. That doesn't mean they actually want to be there. They'll shy away from it. They'll have an exit plan from that party, believe it or not. Yeah, everybody may be looking at them, you know, and wanting their attention. But trust me, I know a lot of Leos who don't want to be in that energy. So this says surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Okay, let's take one more before we go. Surrender stress. Okay. Interesting. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. This week, I want you to focus on celebrating and having fun and, you know, being in gratitude for everything that you have, you know? So let me know in the comments, what are you thankful for? It's always important to recognize the good that's in your life or the positive that's in your life. I really appreciate you listening to my readings. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. I always appreciate the likes, the comments, the subscribe, and you being along this journey with me. So thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.